Have you ever tried to explain something in English, and by the end, the other person looked more confused than at the beginning? You know the idea. You understand it in your head, it feels simple to you, but when it comes out in English, it becomes long, messy, and somehow a little lost.
Yes, and then the worst part happens. You realize the explanation is not clear, so you start explaining your explanation. And somehow that second explanation is even worse. And now both of you are standing there inside a cloud of words, pretending everything is fine.
So, today, we're going to fix that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak English with Sam and Lily.
This is the place where we help you speak English in a way that feels natural, clear, and human.
Hi, Sam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. A little mentally scattered, honestly. Not in a dramatic way. Just one of those days where my brain has many tabs open and at least 3 of them are playing music. How about you?
Yes, I know that kind of day. I'm okay. A bit busy, a bit amused, actually, because something happened earlier today and it turned into a perfect example for this topic.
Oh, now I want to hear it. What happened?
Okay, so earlier today, someone asked me why I was a little late, and I tried to explain it, but I made it sound much more complicated than it really was. I said something like, well, basically, not exactly basically, but kind of, because first I left the house on time, actually maybe a little later than on time, and then I realized I forgot something, so I had to go back, but then after that there was also traffic, and the thing is, I also stopped because I thought maybe I still had time, but then I didn't really have time. And by that point, even I wanted me to stop talking.
Yes, that explanation started as a reason and became a journey.
Exactly. And the real reason was actually simple. I forgot something, had to go back, and then got delayed. That was it, a normal human explanation. But my English turned it into a small documentary.
That is such a real learner problem. The idea is simple, but the explanation becomes crowded. Too many details, too many turns, not enough shape.
And that is our topic today, how to explain things clearly in English. Not complicated English, clear English. The kind of English you use when you want people to understand you quickly.
And before we continue, if you enjoy these kinds of real-life English conversations, please like the video.
And subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily for more easy English podcast episodes.
And if you know someone learning English, share this episode with them too.
Okay, let's begin with the first big problem. Why do explanations become confusing even when the idea itself is simple?
Usually for 3 reasons. You start too far from the point, you add too many details too early, or you repeat yourself because you're not sure if you sound clear.
Yes, that last one happens a lot. You feel the explanation is weak, so you keep adding words, but the extra words actually make it weaker.
Like saying, so basically, the thing is, what I mean is actually, because before that, all of those pieces are trying to help, but together they create traffic.
Yes, the sentence becomes a traffic jam made of polite words.
That is the first big lesson today. Confused English often comes from confused structure, not bad vocabulary.
Now let's talk about the easiest clear explanation shape, because once you have the shape, everything gets lighter.
Yes, a very natural explanation often sounds like this. Main point, short reason, useful detail.
First, say the main point early, not after a long warm-up. Early. Then give one short reason. Then, if needed, one useful detail.
So instead of, well, I left the house and then there was something I had to do and then after that I came back and then traffic was bad, say, I was late because I forgot something and had to go back.
Instead of, I looked at different options for a long time and there were many reasons, and say, I chose this one because it was simpler and faster.
Do you hear how much lighter that feels? The listener doesn't have to work so hard.
That is the third big lesson today. Clear explanations start with the point, not the history of the point.
Now let's talk about how to begin an explanation naturally, because the first line matters a lot.
Yes, real people don't always begin explanations in a perfect formal way. They often use little spoken starters that help the listener know what's coming.
Phrases like, basically, so the main thing is, what happened was, the problem was, the reason is, it's actually pretty simple. The short version is.
If someone asks why you're tired, you could say, the short version is, I slept late and woke up early. That sounds so much cleaner than wandering around for 30 seconds first.
Yes, because sometimes the explanation gets so long that by the end, the other person no longer cares why you're tired. They're tired too.
Exactly. Now both of you need rest.
That is the third big lesson today. The first line helps the listener understand what kind of explanation is coming.
And this is a good moment to say something important. You don't need advanced English to explain well. You don't need clever English. You don't need impressive vocabulary.
You need understandable English. Simple English explained well sounds smarter than complicated English explained badly.
Now, let's talk about what details to keep and what details to cut, because this changes everything.
A clear explanation becomes stronger when you remove details that don't help understanding. Repeated points, extra background, emotional side roads, tiny details that don't change the result.
Let me do a messy version on purpose. Basically, I couldn't come because first I thought I had enough time, and then I looked at the map again, and then I realized the place was farther than I thought, and also I hadn't eaten yet, which is maybe not important, but I was also trying to answer a message.
Yes. Now let's shorten it. I couldn't come because I realized the place was farther away than I thought, and I ran out of time.
Much better. Still human, still true, but now the listener can understand it in one pass.
That is the fourth big lesson today. If a detail does not help understanding, cut it.
Now let's talk about the little connectors that make explanations flow naturally, because without them, English can sound robotic.
Useful connectors like so, because, but, that's why, the thing is, basically, in the end, the main problem was.
Without connectors, an explanation can sound like separate stones on the floor. With connectors, it starts to sound like a path.
Robotic version, I was late, I forgot my keys, I went back, the train left. Clear, but hard and stiff.
Spoken version, I was late because I forgot my keys, so I had to go back, and then I missed the train.
Same meaning, much easier to follow.
That is the fifth big lesson today. Small connectors make explanations sound spoken and clear.
Now let's make this broader, because you do not explain only one kind of thing in life.
Yes, sometimes you explain what happened, sometimes why you did something, sometimes how something works, sometimes your opinion, sometimes a problem.
What happened? I was late because I missed the bus. Why I chose it. I picked this one because it was simpler and faster. How it works. Basically, you press this button and then choose the setting. My opinion. I like it because it feels more natural. The problem. The main problem was the app kept freezing.
The topic changes, but the skill stays the same. Point first, reason next, useful detail after.
That is the sixth big lesson today. The same clear structure works in many different situations.
Now let's talk about something very human. How to check if the listener actually understands you.
Yes, a good explanation is not only about talking, it's also about checking the other person.
Useful phrases like, does that make sense? You know what I mean? It's hard to explain, but basically, the short version is, that's the easiest way to describe it.
If you're explaining how an app works, you might say, basically, you log in first, then choose the setting. Does that make sense?
That feels much more natural, because now the explanation is a conversation, not a speech.
That is the seventh big lesson today. Good explanations also check the listener.
Okay, now let's do the same situation twice. First, a long, messy explanation, then a short, clear, natural explanation.
Let's do it.
Why were you late?
Well, basically, it was because I left the house and then I realized I forgot my wallet and I went back, and then after that I thought I still had enough time, but then there was traffic and I also stopped because I thought maybe I should get coffee, which was probably not the best decision. And then after that, everything just took longer than I expected.
Yes, real answer, but very crowded. Now, the natural version. Why were you late?
I was late because I forgot my wallet and had to go back. After that, traffic made it worse.
Much better. Now let's do another one. Why did you choose this option? Messy version first.
Well, I looked at a lot of options, and there were different reasons, and some of them were more expensive, and one of them looked good, but then I thought maybe it would be harder, and basically after comparing everything for a while, I just kind of felt like this was maybe the better one.
Yes, now the clearer version.
I chose this one because it was simpler and faster. That was the main reason.
Exactly. Shorter, clearer, stronger.
So, what have we really learned today?
We learned that clear beats complicated.
We learned to start with the point.
We learned that one reason is often better than 5 weak details.
We learned that small connectors make English easier to follow.
We learned that different explanation types can still use the same clear shape.
And we learned that a good explanation also checks the listener.
Yes, a good explanation does not try to impress people. It helps them understand, and that is a much more powerful skill.
You do not need perfect English to explain well. You just need clear, calm, human English.
And now we want to hear from you.
Which explanation starter from today do you want to use this week?
Or tell us what's harder for you, starting clearly or keeping your explanation short.
We love reading your comments, and it's a great way to practice real English.
And if this episode helped you, share it with one friend today.
And don't forget to subscribe to Speak English with Sam and Lily if you're new here.
Thank you so much for listening today. We believe in you. Keep practicing. You can do this.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.